Well, what's up, everybody? It's your girl Shay on this Wednesday, and I'm bringing to you a special guest. My girl Shamilya Woods is in the building. What's us? What's going on, lady?
Hey, how are you?
All things is amazing on this end. How are you doing over there in Chicago, Illinois?
I'm doing well on this wonderful Wednesday. Congratulations to you in your celebration of your podcast. For those who don't know, I've known her since she was a little girl, so I'm proud of the woman that she has become right now. We were just speaking about the change that she made and the shift that she made to become the person that she is today. So I'm happy to see that.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. So we're gonna jump right into it, you guys, because Shamilya has so much things that's going on that's right in the city of Chicago with you guys. So we definitely gonna start off by congratulating you on becoming a principal to a actually public school that's in Chicago. That's major. So how did you actually get into the principal role?
So I've been in education over 17 years. I was a
Okay.
teacher, I was a para, I was an instructional coach, I was an AP for a while. So when the opportunity presented itself, I definitely took advantage of it to become a principal. I am a principal of Donahue Charter School. It
Okay.
is pre-K through fifth grade, mostly African American Black students. So I am happy to lead and grow our babies.
Yes, that's a lot. That's a lot to take on too. So that requires self-discipline. So what are you doing when it's time to really discipline yourself to go in there to, with these different type of personalities? Like you said, you starting from pre-K on up to eighth grade, and it's a charter school. So I know they require more strict learning and education and curriculums. So how are you handling all that as well?
So we have pre-K through fifth grade, but it's just balance. I mean, I'm still
Yeah.
a mom, I'm still a wife, I'm still a sister, I'm still a cousin. So it's just having balance, making sure to use my time wisely and make sure that I'm intentional about the things that I'm doing when it comes to, work, school, and life.
Absolutely. So what is your main focus, with being a principal of this charter school? What is it that you're trying, your intentions with the school that you're trying to bring amongst this school that probably wasn't there before?
Right now we're focused on safety, coming back to school as a whole. We're focused on safety, making sure that our babies get the social emotional learning that they need, making sure that they are getting the academics that they need. So those are our number one and two priorities.
Wow, that is so major. Congratulations to you. Would you have you ever just thought that, over the 17 years with being, into this education lifestyle that you would ever land the road to be a principal?
It was definitely a goal of
Okay.
just, waiting for the right time and the right opportunity and the right door to open forward.
Absolutely, yes. And I know as soon as that door opened, you was like, I'm happy to walk through. I'm gonna put on some heels because not only are you just the principal, I do see that you as a writer, you have put out a book, I want to say. I believe that I seen something called Candy Shop, or it's like women need to know more of their worth. Do you mind just giving me more about that?
Absolutely. So back in 2015, I wrote a book for teen girls called Hey Girl, Say It With Me, hashtag I Know My Worth. And it's a book of self affirmations that you read aloud every day. And it's a really short, quick read to boost teen girls. To boost teen girls' confidence, I do what we call healing and restoration circles with teen girls based off that book. And I have a workbook that I use with girls as well too. My candy shop is just my website where you can go to learn more about me, more about what my speaking topics are because I do speak, and some merch that I may sell here and there. I
Okay.
say life means to live, not exist,
Okay.
put here for a reason, for a purpose. And I think that many of us were taught to survive, which means we were taught to exist when we should have been taught how to live and thrive and live our life to the fullest.
Absolutely. And nowadays when you do see more motivational speakers or more book writers, they are always targeting our young women.
Mm.
And I want to know, why is it that that is much more of an area that we do feel like we have to reach into and tap into, because of these are the next ladies that are growing up to be our future, or the next becoming women. So when you target them, what is your real intentions with them? It's just to make them feel like they can be more than just existence. What is the goal with it, with the young ladies?
So it's to build their self-esteem, build their confidence, so that they can know that they have the world at their fingertips and that they can do whatever they want to do before they become women. My goal is to heal a broken child so that what she doesn't become a broken woman. Um,
Absolutely.
um,
Yeah.
so that's just the ultimate goal, is to make sure that we're instilling in them what they need to know now, so that when they get older, they know exactly what to do. The confidence, the self-esteem, the resources, the education, knowing what you want to do in life and how you're going to get it, that you deserve. The bigger picture is to show them at a young age that they deserve to be happy, and
Mhm.
how to set goals and expectations around being happy, and that success should be a part of life, and that you should be happy when you achieve success, that it's not a secret, that it's not, something that you should not be able to brag or humbly brag about, that is, it's a part of life, and that you should, and when you're living life, this is what you should be doing. Sometimes in the midst of existing and surviving, we don't realize that these things are happening because we're so busy existing and surviving, and we're not living intentionally, and we're just going through day to day. So teaching them how to be very intentional about setting goals, and how every decision that you make as a young adult, as an adolescent, goes into your adult life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Teaching
Yeah, that is true.
how to live intentionally.
Hmm.
Always saying, "Oh, life too short," and da 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 da, but nobody is living intentionally. Like, what are you doing after you say life too short? Are you following your dreams? Are
Hmm.
you setting goals and expectations? Are you meeting those goals? Do you have self-discipline? Things like that. So it's important to, let these girls know, then show them how to navigate life and just be successful women, because that's what they were put here for.
So do you have like a facility, like an outreach program or something that these young ladies do come into, to where that you are counseling these sessions for them?
So no, what I do is within the school. Um,
Okay.
it's just within the school, and if and anyone else can, like buy the book and facilitate a group as well too. But it's just in the school that I usually do it. Like this year, I'll start doing it with. Well, actually, this year I'm gonna revamp the program so that I can do it with my boys, because my girls
Okay.
have a lot of mentoring programs are already at my school. So I want to do something for my boys this year. But no, I just do it at my school, and anybody can get like a copy of the book, definitely, and just it's just daily affirmations. And I also have a workbook that by Christmas time I'm going to be reworking to
Mhm.
go with this book, so that there's a workbook, a curriculum workbook that is done, so they can go hand in hand, so that other people can implement the program at their schools or in their groups and things like that. I speak to other people's mentoring group. I do others. I do a lot after school matters with leadership and things like that.
Yeah, that's very productive, and it takes a lot for you to even commit your time to want to feel like you should be able to save other children, young ladies, and just give them that mentor to let them know, like you said, hey girl, say it with me. I know my work. And I definitely want to tap back into that, because it wasn't easy, and it's not easy when you are trying to make a change
Hmm. Hmm.
for yourself or for the better, because like you said, you've been knowing me for a long time. Coming up, I was a teenager, so I know what you mean when you say you need to look at yourself and know your worth, because sometimes us teens can be out here as females, and we're just living like you said, and we don't really know what is our purpose, what if we're doing intentionally with our time. So we can be out here just giving it away, doing a lot of things, like you said, that will follow you later on in life. So one good thing that was told to me that I always take with me, what you do as a kid, it will follow you as an adult. So it's just like your background. It's like a felony. It will never leave your background.
Yeah.
So I always make sure that I'm doing a proper etiquette with myself before I feel like I can just go and try to mentor or, nag to someone else about where they might not be standing. I don't like to put expectations that I have for myself on someone else's life.
Mhm.
But, when you another woman and you can see where another woman is lacking at, it's like, how do you know when is the right time to speak up and when it's not? Have you ever had those type of stumbles that made you feel like maybe I shouldn't say something to this young lady, or I really do need to let her know she need to know her worth?
I think it's all about the way you approach people and also about the relationship that you have with people. Um, I don't overstep my bounds to anybody. You take the information that I give you and use it as you please. If I see potential in you, I will try to push you as much as I can. But the old saying is you can lead the horse to water, but you can't
But you
make
can't make them drink it. Yeah.
drink it. So the one of the frustrating issues is, I mean, not even with teens or with just people in general, is that people have a lot of potential and you see a lot of potential in people, but people don't see the potential in
And
themselves
themselves.
and
Yeah.
don't want to push forward to do things that they should be doing. So that's one of the things that I've learned, that you motivate, you encourage, and you give people the resources, and then you can't want it more for them than they want it for
Yeah.
themselves. So when it comes to stuff like that, I try not to overstep my bounds. If I think we have a relationship, then I'll have a conversation with you, or I'll just give you some friendly advice. And it's not a push for you to take it. It's not a push for you to change or anything. I let that sit on your brain, let it marinate with you, and if you see fit to change it, then you and God can go about that and definitely do something to change that. But definitely, it's about building relationships and letting know people that you want the best for them, and not that you're trying to tell them how to live their lives. You're not
Absolutely.
trying to tell them what to do with their lives, what to do with their children, what to do with their spouses, what to do with their boyfriends, with their girlfriends. You're not telling them what to do, but you definitely just want to let them know that I want you to live your life, and I want you to be the best at what you're doing. So I think it's all about how you say things as well too.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that you mentioned that. It's always an approach,
Yeah.
the approach. So what is some of the testimony stories that you have seen with just working with doing this outreach work for these young teens that you started the book off for? Well, Know My Worth.
So most of the girls that definitely say that they had a confidence booster. They were
Oh,
able to speak up more for themselves. After the program was done, they knew how to set goals when it comes to their schoolwork, when it came to like testing, knowing what they want to do and being intentional about studying, and things like that. But I also like to get testimonies like, I had fun.
okay.
It was just I was able to relax and
Be
let
myself.
fun and be myself. So
Yeah.
those are, some other testimonies that I received from some girls.
Oh, look at you. Go ahead. What were you weren't doing this when I was coming up? You was just letting me throw rocks, be bad, and fight. Like, really? You should have started in the community first, baby. You could have been saved me. It took me 2 kids to get this together. 2 kids. My mom almost gave up on me 6 times. Shamilya, what were you?
I was still young when you were in school. I was still young too. I was just becoming into education when I was at the school that you were working at, and then
Okay.
moved on to another school or whatever. But everything has a time and a purpose.
Absolutely.
So your time was, you left Chicago and found who you are, and you had 2 kids, and now you allowed that to change who you are for the better.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you used to throw them hands all the time.
Hey, I don't throw. I ain't never did that. Don't do that. I ain't throw no hands on. I throw them like this, y'all, just like this. Don't. But no, change is for the better. And it's not just with, having children or moving to another state. Sometimes we can experience change within ourselves and don't know that we are changing. And your attitude, the way you respond, the way you eat, just certain things will start just going into a different place for you. And you will never know that you are really changing and about to really come into the person you're supposed to be. So I think that's when everything really did play a position into where I was really coming forward, because like you said, it's all about time. I just put more of it, all my, my faith into God. And a lot of people might just feel like, spiritual and God might not be there for me. I don't know who you pray to or, what religions you have, but I'm going to just say this for me. My God, he definitely worked for me. And it's like, once I heard his voice, I had to follow, because, sometimes you can hear a voice and you'll miss your boat. So that's just where it went for me. And I just was looking like, well, I know how I was brought up. My mom raised me right. I came from a good home, but still, once I got to the streets, it was like a dog with his harness took off. I was running wild. I was gone. But I just had to see, I had to really hit those life lessons so I can know for myself, like, this is why she's telling me not to do X, Y, and Z. This is why you supposed to wait for someone. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be, oh, he loved me. He's this, he's that. So I done got baby mama 2 times. I'm mad. What a ring at? I done let somebody baby mama me twice. Really? No. So now I'm changing. I want my girls, you need to just move different. So that's what the proper etiquette is coming for. So I mean, I'm glad you.
Yes. And the thing about it is, every time it's a blessing when you learn a lesson, and that's what you should. Anytime something is challenging or anytime things are hard, I always tell people, look for the lesson, because that's the blessing. Don't look at how big the problem is. Don't look at how big the situation is. You ask God, what you want me to learn from this? What's the lesson in this? And everybody has their wake up stories, and you definitely had your wake up stories where you was like, okay, yeah, I can't be out here trying to be baby mama number 3 again.
Okay.
Make sure that I'm doing what I need to do for myself for these things not to happen. I mean, I've had that story as well too. After baby number 1.
Okay.
I was like, this is the end. This won't happen again. And that's when living with intentions.
Yep.
Is when setting expectations around what you want and what other people don't realize sometimes. I think it's about trusting the process of that as well. So many people be caught up like, well, I need a man, and I can't be without a man, or he came along, but did he match up to your expectations? Did God really tell you that this is the one that you're supposed to be with? Or is it the one that you want to be with? Making sure you not only have high expectations for yourself, but with the person that you actually are, mating and meeting with as well too, for that. So making sure that's all about, and that's what I teach. Knowing your worth is way more than what people talk about being in relationships and friendships. It's about knowing what you want and what you deserve as a whole in life. Knowing that you deserve a house, you deserve a dog, you deserve a husband, you deserve a picket fence, you deserve a decent paying job, a good paying job, a great paying job. You deserve happiness in every aspect of your life, not just in relationship wise. You deserve those things that you're getting because you're going to work hard to get those things. You deserve to achieve those goals because you set that goal and you work hard to get it. So that's what knowing your worth is about. People always be like, girl, know your worth. He ain't worth. It's not only about being with one. It's not. The overall thing is about you deserve everything that you want to have in life. Period. Point blank. That's it. But you deserve whatever you want to have. God said, I came that you might have life and that you might have it more abundantly.
Okay.
Abundantly, and abundance means more. Yeah. So he wants us to have more. He wants us to live a thriving and successful life. That's what he wants us to do. But we also have to want it as well too. He's opened the door. He says, keep on knocking. The door is going to open. But
absolutely,
failure is going to happen. But we just definitely have to push through and think about the lessons that come with those challenges and just get up. I always say life is like an obstacle course. Sometimes you're going to make it through. Sometimes you're going to fall, but you got to get back up again. Yeah. So I think it's important that people definitely know that.
Absolutely. And you just heard it from Shamilya on Let's Be Real, ladies and gentlemen. You have to participate in your own rescue because that's pretty much what you're doing. If you're just sitting back and you worried about how big the problem is, you'll never really see the outcome of what the problem did bring to you. It could be a lesson and it could be a blessing. So either way it go, you just participate in your own rescue. I'm glad we did this interview, girl. You just spoke up so much today, but don't be talking about I'm throwing no hands now.
You know what I'm saying? Superman ain't coming. He is going to rescue. You got to rescue your damn self. He is not. So you if you want to write that book, you got to write it yourself. You got to lose it yourself. You want to get that degree, you got to do it yourself because Superman not coming.
But you know what? Some people, for a lot of people, like now, I see myself like I came from Chicago. Even though for me to move to another state, whoopie-doo, that does not make me just an excel person better than someone else that's still there in Chicago. That's why I started this platform, because in Chicago, no matter what violence is going on, do you know we some hustlers? It's a lot of us out here that's launching brands, that's writing books, that just became sermon preachers and things like that. Chefs, cooks, upholsters. So I started with my hometown first, but I used the StreamYard to branch off because I want to navigate through other people throughout the 50 states. It's a lot of success out here. One hand washes another, but see, you can't be fearful of, I can't go here because I'm going to lose Bam Bam and Nick Nam as friends. See, you got to surround yourself with the same people who want to eat just like you. You can't fix this plate of food and then you hang it with Bam Bam and he got a nacho tray. It's going to be a problem.
It is. One thing I talk to my teams about, and I talk to my own kids about this too, is I call it squad. In every aspect of when we're talking about, and I do the five self-worth, self-enlightenment, self-education, self-encouragement, and there's another self. And we always talk about squad. And when we talk about squad, is how's your squad helping you? Is your squad surrounded, is motivating you? Is your squad there to clap you on, like that video, like that little boy was like, that's my boy. That's what the squad needs to be about. Even when someone in your squad is not winning, they need to be clapping you on when you are winning, and vice versa for that. So I think your circle is very, very important. If you're in your circle and you're the smartest in your circle, you need to find you some more people in your circle, because you shouldn't be the smartest in your circle. You should be the most successful in your circle. You need to be with like-minded people who are pushing to be successful, just as successful with you, like you said, so we can all eat together. I absolutely agree. I think the best saying is your network determines your net worth. And I think that is very, very crucial when it comes to success, and knowing things. I also have a nonprofit called Get Up and Do Something, where I educate the whole parent. Like at the school, we educate the whole student. I educate the whole parent about financial wealth, spiritual wealth, mental health, everything, education in the schools, everything that they need to know about the ins and outs of education. I do my best to try to provide resources for them, to provide, ways to do things. And the way that I'm able to do certain things is because of my circle. Like when I come out begging, like, hey, get up and do something, need some book bags, I need some help, or hey, get up and do something, it's doing a Christmas giveaway, I need some help. It's definitely because of my circle. So you gotta, have people in your circle that can help you do things as well too.
But a lot of people just feel like, my friends don't got to help me do nothing. Man, I heard Kevin Hart even said, you feel me? And I believe in the term, you put a shark in a fish tank, it only grows as big as a fish tank. But if you put that shark in the ocean, it'll grow as big as the ocean. That's your mind. That's the mentality. You can't, I don't know. I wouldn't hang with nobody if I'm married and they not married. No, you're not going to put no seasoning and salt onto me because, birds of a feather flock together. You're going to start wanting to do something.
Well, I have unmarried friends now.
What? Yes. And how's that going?
My best friend of 30 years is not married.
Okay.
It's
30 years. You've been her friend for 30 years. So
40. She's not married. And my other friend is a widower. So, I do have some unmarried friends. And my other friend that I do business with, dance class with, she's not married either. But the thing about it is, what you have to realize is it's a goal for them.
Okay. To get married.
They're not
absolutely.
They're not out here doing, it's a goal for them. So that's what you also have to look at too. It's okay that you have people in these circles. Make sure that their long-term goal
Goals is, oh, that's okay. You took the words out of my mouth. Absolutely.
is aligned to that. For that, I absolutely agree. Put a shark in the water, it's gonna grow as everything. Mindset is everything. When I speak, my topic that I speak on is how to move into your worth, and move stands for mindfulness, motivation, being optimistic, being verbal, having a vision, and executing the plan.
Girl, come on with that vocabulary.
So,
Come on with it.
everything you doing about life is staying on the move. You can't be stagnant in life. Life is gonna happen, and you just gotta keep
going
with life. You can't let it stop you. You just have to stay on the move with life. And that's what I talk about that all the time. Like, death is gonna happen. Accidents are gonna happen. You couldn't have told me 2 years ago that my brother was gonna be in an accident. Things are gonna happen.
Unexpected.
Unexpected, and you have to stay on the move when it comes to life. Like, you got to be motivated, you got to be optimistic, you got to have a vision, you got to be verbal, you got to execute that plan, and sometimes you got to educate yourself as well too. So you gotta stay on the move, and I constantly say that all the time.
Yeah, but you got to do this. Get up and do something. Let's talk about get up and do something besides what you was doing. I think what you was doing yesterday, you should have had a lot more better things to do today. Okay. Come on now. You doing the same thing you was doing from yesterday. But there I go, putting expectations on somebody's life because Shaquan life is a little bit more productive. I'm sorry, y'all. I bet y'all want me to go back to throwing hands and fighting and being ghetto. No. Shamilya, what's up? Get up and do something. Tell us about this.
So Get Up and Do Something is my nonprofit where we educate the whole parent. Our mission and vision is just to educate the whole parent. We are in the process of trying to get funds to give out scholarships to parents.
Okay.
We're going to give out, my granny, she passed away a few years ago. She lived in the community. She loved helping teen moms. She cleaned up in the community and everything. So we're going to be giving away the granny grants. We are going to a mom from the age of 18 to 25 to help with daycare. So hopefully we can work on getting that soon. We're going to be giving the Umbrella and Bond grant to a single parent that has a child in private school. So we are trying to help parents with resources and things like that. Yes. So try to give parents resources that they need, have workshops for them that they may want to attend, learn about everything that they want to learn about.
Absolutely. So in these packages and any of this giveaway, do you have anything to help with eliminating some of the germs for COVID?
Yes, honey. I gave away over 1,000 masks this summer. I gave away over 100 bottles of hand sanitizer, gloves. We constantly give away PPE. We did a Christmas drive. I don't know if you know, but on Chicago Avenue on Lockwood, where the old police station, that is now a transition.
The home for the mothers. Yeah.
We did a Christmas giveaway to them where we gave like 100 bags filled with socks, and we had socks and lotion and sanitary items and toothpaste and things like that for them in there. So we were able to give away all that stuff in there. So we try to do something for Thanksgiving and at the beginning of this school year when LaToya opened her salon. Get Up and Do Something gave away over 100 book bags during that time. My goal is to one day give out 1,000 book bags. I want to do like a toy drive. Like, I want to be able to
manifest it.
Absolutely. I want to be able to go hard or go home with it and do just a big toy drive Christmas for the kids and for the parents that need it as well too.
I'm glad you mentioned that because, when I was, starting this podcast, I'm like, okay, it's a way that I can give back to my community. So I was thinking, because I have done the Feed the Streets before, and I had just got up, set up some tables, grabbed a couple of foods, and and I just was fixing sandwiches and passing out, and Danny K. Davis came through. So with not just that, it was easy for me to do that, but it just made me feel like I want to do more. So with the podcast, and I'm like, okay, now the holidays is coming up, how can I make the show fun? So I was gonna start doing like raffles or like giving away to maybe $500 to a family for Thanksgiving to help out, buy some turkeys. I was just trying to be a little bit more creative with the show, but I'm still implementing things and getting things and lined up. But I'm glad that you said that, because it's always good to give back to your community.
Absolutely.
It's definitely a plus. So
Yeah.
with the get up and do something good, you said where you educate the whole parent. What is the education that the parent is getting?
So we educate the parents around what education is in the schools. A lot of people, parents don't know, their rights when it comes to, certain things, as far as like if they have a diverse learner or a special ed kid, what an IEP is, how to, the meeting is ran, what your child's NWEA score is, how
Right.
does my child apply for selective enrollment, how important is this, what, what's the qualifications, what do I need to know? So we try to educate parents about everything school and the importance of all these things that happen in school that, we have working parents. Some parents don't know what goes on in the school. So they're trusting the school to do a lot of things for them. So we want to make sure that parents know about what's going on in school and how they are able to, advocate for their child at the school.
Absolutely. A lot of parent liaisons. Do you have any of those at the charter schools?
Oh yeah, we have tons of parent liaison at my school. Yeah.
Okay. So I do see where it says like you can scan and do the donate. So when they do donate, what are you, is the funds for everything to go to the school, or is it used towards the parents to help out?
Do something that's totally separate from the school. This is my own personal organization that I started.
Okay.
So
Okay.
and is not connected to any of my 9 to 5 job. This is my own nonprofit that I started. Um,
My girl, stop playing.
so when you scan the app, when you scan the donate code, all the money goes to Get Up and Do Something, and it goes to when we purchasing things for Christmas, when we're purchasing things for Thanksgiving, when we are purchasing things for back to school.
Okay.
Want to give back to for that? Yeah.
So this is a special account that you can just give back to the community on. It's labeled Get Up and Do Something because you donating so we can get these people up to do something.
Right. Right.
Give
Absolutely.
bucks or something. I like it though. I didn't know you was, that productive. You had so many things that falls in place up under your head as a lady. How is you balancing still being a husband and a mom? So what are you doing your mom for 2 minutes, your wife for 2 minutes, you're a principal?
Oh, my kids are very active. My youngest daughter is a gymnast. She's at dance class right now. So while I'm talking to you, she's at dance class. My oldest is
Momagers.
my oldest is a junior in high school, so she still, goes places and needs driving around till she gets her license. And then, my husband and I try to, find ourselves 10 to 15 minutes here and there on the weekends if we're not busy. Maybe we'll plan a date night or something. We need to do better at it, but plan a date night, or something like that. But we're I mean, you work it out, you balance it, you have some balance. Some days I say late at work, some days I don't, just depending on what you have to do. And then you can't feel bad when you can't stay at work, those times. Cause I do have a family and I do have, other responsibilities that I have to take care of, my children at home. So, you just have to be like, it's all about balance. And
Yeah.
it's all about balance and using your time wisely.
Self-control too, because if you don't have a lot of self-control to know where you have to pull away from things and manage things out, get a vision board going, how to communicate, or know
Yeah.
when to stop yourself, you will be overwhelmed. And
Yep.
that leads up to my next question. With all of this that you have going on, being a wife, being a mother, you have your own business to get up and go. You also doing a candy talk. What is it for you that just felt like, man, it's overwhelming, or do you need to take a step back, or you ever feel like I'm gonna let go something?
So, I'm certified in mindful meditation. So what keeps me balanced is that I meditate and do yoga every single day.
Okay.
Um, I meditate 2 to 3 times a day. My business doesn't overwhelm me. My job sometimes overwhelm me because it's a lot, but it's about chunking that as well too, and learning to prioritize. So prioritizing is very, very important. Important skill to have when you are balancing all these things. Right now, I'm not doing anything with Candidly Speaking as we speak right now. You
Okay.
know, the goal for Candidly Speaking right now is for me to finish my next book. That's the only goal that I have for Candidly Speaking right now. The
Oh,
goal do something is to try to figure out how to find these funds to give out these scholarships and how to have this Christmas giveaway.
Yeah.
Not only two things for right there. So, doing those things are enough. So it's about prioritizing and making sure you know what goals you have for that.
And you still manage to look beautiful because I don't care what makeup you put on. This is you on this photo. I,
It is.
I don't care what you put on. This is Shamilya. I do see this. Now this is candidlyspeaking2.com. So this is what you was just referring to, that right now you are looking to put out another book.
Absolutely. So I'm
And
working on a book, which is equal to the first book, but this book will be a little bit longer, a little bit lengthier chapter books, and it's hashtag I know my worth now what, and then it's just like move, bitch. It's time to move. It's
okay. Life means to live, not exist. So when you say that is that like a slogan for you?
absolutely it is.
So break it down to maybe someone who might don't understand how to do that.
So when you're existing, you are surviving. When you're surviving, you're just going day to day. You're just going day to day surviving on not thinking about your future, not thinking about what's to come. You're just living a day to day situation when you are just surviving. It is what it is, what it means. Survive. You are just
Yep.
surviving. When you are living, you are walking in your purpose,
Yep.
are doing the things that you were called to do. You are being obedient to God and what He wants you to do, and you are living an abundant life that He has called for you to live. For that,
All right.
so that could be numerous things. It all depends on what you have made out to be your happiness for
The
that.
person. It does depend on the person because you, like you said, you can fix the plate, but you can't make nobody eat it. You
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
Now that's a lot, and that's a whole mouthful. On let's be real, Shemaya done gave y'all so much knowledge today on how to just find your worth, and it's not just to the ladies. Now, when we speak to the men and we could tell them know your worth, what is an example you could tell the men like they're not knowing their worth on?
Um,
Call it out.
some of the things like I tell my brother this all the time. Like he's a really really good dude. He has a really really good job, and he deserves a lot in his life that he wants to have. And it's the same thing. Like, don't let anybody tell you that you don't deserve these things. Just like a woman deserves to be happy, so do you.
Yes.
You need to be able to put goals and expectations in life as well too that you want. So just like women, they tell women I had to know your worth. Guys, know your worth too. Know that you deserve everything that you want. You don't have to stay in that apartment if you don't want that apartment. Go get you a house. You know, you
A
deserve.
lot of men be afraid. They don't like commitment. So I don't, it's hard to tell a guy to know his worth because, oh my gosh, sometimes guys, women too,
Hmm.
we can do a lot, to hinder ourselves. Sometimes you can be the reason for yourself why you not getting ahead. Sometimes it be you like, can I leave you at home today? Damn, I just want to go out and don't take this set of this mindset with me. I ran away from that so much, and I'm only speaking from my experience, the
Right.
truth. So you could tell a guy to know your word, but it's like a guy will have X, Y, and Z, but he will miss the whole alphabet to go. That's another story. So it's hard to
Now you getting into personality and getting into
not even just that. Like, how do you know your
character traits of the guys, and but when it comes to guys knowing their worth too, sometimes they have to realize that they not worth sleeping with all these women. Like, you shouldn't be doing that either.
no, he need to know his worth on himself. What are you capable of? Because you can't find your happiness with no woman that's giving too much of someone the power of your life to
Absolutely.
make you happy. You will not know how to love no one if you ain't loving yourself.
Yourself, absolutely. I agree 1000%. 1000%.
So I don't know how can I tell a man to know his worth, because then that makes me start getting into his characteristics, personality, like you just said. Because see, my podcast should have been for men. There's so many of them I want to talk to. Like, I'm tired of y'all. But for my women too, I be wanting to encourage it, because it's like, come on now, sister. You don't like, somebody because of this guy. You ain't even with this guy. She not with this guy. How can we empower each other, uplift each other? Let's go forward. Maybe if you shake my hand, I shake her. Me and you both could have been the next book writers out here together,
Right.
but it's so much separates us women from working together on empowering, uplifting each other.
Yeah, I agree. Before we get out of here, Kendley Speaking is doing a Self Care September campaign, where it's just a social media campaign where I'm just sharing self care tips every day. So I'll be sharing one in a few minutes, and it's just a self care tip every day. So just to encourage and uplift people and talk to them about the importance of self love and self care, since you just talked about that for the month of September, because it's self care and self love awareness month.
So how can we tune into this?
So it's just I just post flyers out of theirs. It's not a live. I haven't.
Okay.
Last year I did do a panel at the end of the month about the importance of self care and I have and self love, but I haven't figured out how I want to work that this year. If I want to do that again or not. I actually wanted to have a self care event where there was to bring people in to talk about in person about what the self care, self love thing. Maybe I might still work that out, but I'll see.
So before we do get out of here, I just want to ask you, when it goes down to the get up and do something, what is new coming for get up to do something?
So get up and do something. Hopefully we'll be dropping the scholarship applications, and we will be working on our Christmas giveaway. So we got to find some money so we can make sure we can get all that done.
Absolutely. And when it comes down to candidly speaking, when you're saying that you're now behind, looking to write another book, when can we expect the part 2?
By the end of December, because I'll be on Christmas break and I can write all I want. So hopefully, if I could write 5 pages every Saturday, the book will be done. But there is I'm hoping by the end of December that it's gone through editing and everything, and then by the new year I could just launch it and roll it out.
Sounds like a plan. You definitely have to check back in with me to let me know what's going on with you, what's been with the timeline of the success. I mean, I take my head off to you. You're doing an amazing job. And especially when it goes down to those children. I myself, if I was in Chicago, I would definitely send my children, because I know that principal is a strong woman, not just because you're Black, but it's the knowledge. I know where you come from, the background, and I know your intentions with my child. So I do thank you, for all those other parents out there whose children you are going to be principal to, and you educating and mentoring, you taking the time out of your busy day, you're a mother and a wife, but you still are able to give back and educate someone, let them know their worth, get up and do something. You're giving away. You're amazing. What more do someone want from Shamilya?
Thank you.
So I'm definitely going to check back in with you. It's been an honor and a pleasure to have you on Let's Be Real. And in 6 months, I'm going to check back with you. But just next time, lead a fight about it, because it was a fight today with you, my girl. But Let's Be Real. Until next time, Shamilya, it's been one.
Thank you.
Thank you.